Hello students, I hope you all are fine and safe. From today we'll start up with the third lesson in geography, that is migration. So let's begin. Now in this first picture, you can see some people are moving from one place to another and they are carrying their belongings with them. Hence, this process of movement from one place to another is known as migration. Migration is defined as the movement of human beings from one region to another, either to settle definitely or temporarily. Migration refers to movement of a person from one place to another place, away from the native place, either within or outside the country for job, occupation, businesses, or in search of a better standard of living on a permanent basis. Migration is the permanent or semi-permanent movement of people involving a change of home as well as social relations. Next we come to who is a migrant. A migrant is a person who moves from one place to another in order to find work or better living conditions. Now here in the picture you can see the people who are moving from one place to another, they are known as migrants. Now we'll study some of the terms associated with migration. And the first one is immigration. Now immigration means the movement of people to a country. And the next one is immigrant. An immigrant is a person who settles in a new country. Next one is emigration. Now emigration means the movement of people from a country. And an emigrant is a person who leaves a country and goes to other country. The next term which we'll see is rural and urban. Next we come to the meaning of rural areas. Rural areas are also known as countryside or village in India. It has a very low density of population. Now in rural areas, agriculture is the chief source of livelihood along with fishing, cottage industry, pottery making, etc. Next we come to the meaning of urban. Now the term urban means cities. Now here the life is very fast and people are working in offices and companies. In the next picture, you can see the urban and the rural areas. In the urban areas, there is high standard of living and the life is very fast. In the rural areas, the standard of living is low, but the people are leading peaceful life. Next we come to the types of migration. Now types of migration can be categorized like place-based and reasons-based. Now according to place-based, they are internal and international migration, and according to reasons-based, they are the pull factors and the push factors. So let's study them one by one. So we'll start up with international migration. Now on this world map, you can see these arrows. Now these arrows are representing migration. And when people are migrating from one country to another country, it comes under international migration. Hence, the movement of people from one country to another is known as international migration. Now in the next picture, according to global migration, people generally migrate from developing countries to developed countries. People generally migrate for a better economic and social life. Now the next important point which we'll study under international migration is brain drain. So let's see what does brain drain means. Now brain drain can be simply defined as a mass emigration of technically skilled people from one country to another country. Now technically skilled means people who are trained in certain types of jobs and they are not serving their own country but they are leaving their country and moving to another country. It is basically the departure of highly qualified people like scientists, engineers, doctors to other countries where they have better opportunity and usually better pay, and hence they leave the country and they move out. This problem of brain drain has costed India a lot, and during the past 30 years, we have lost most of the productive manpower to the West. And this is because the Western countries are welcoming the talented individuals from our nation. Likewise, the countries who have invested in the education and training of young professionals face considerable loss due to migration, whereas the countries to which these trained individuals migrate draw direct benefits. Next, we come to the causes or the reasons of brain drain, or you may also say what are the main attractions why people are attracted to other countries are because of better standards of living, better high salary packages, and no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, or creed, and more stable political conditions. Next, we come to internal migration. Now, as you can see on the map of India, the arrows which are shown, they show that people are migrating from one region to another region inside the country. Hence, the migration that occurs within a country's borders is known as internal migration. Internal migration may take place from rural to rural areas, rural to urban to urban areas, and urban to rural areas. So let's study them one by one. The first one is rural to rural migration. Now, in this kind of internal migration, people move from one village to another, and the main reason behind this kind of migration are marriage, lack of work in home village, and work opportunity in another village. The second one is rural to urban migration. Now, this kind of migration can be defined as movement of people from rural areas to towns or metropolitan cities. Now, here the push and the pull factors play an important role. The push factors are those factors which force a person to leave a particular place, and pull factors are those factors which attract a person to migrate to that area. Now let's see some of the push factors like unemployment, poor living conditions, socio-economic backwardness, poor educational facilities, and attractions of city life are some of the factors which motivate a person to leave their own region and move and settle to another place. And we have certain pull factors also like better job opportunities, better living conditions, fixed working hours, facilities for education, recreation and other services. Now these factors they attract a person towards that area, and hence people move from rural to urban areas. Now both rich and poor migrate to cities from villages. The rich migrate for better lifestyle, better educational facilities for their children, and poor migrate in search of work. The third one is urban to urban migration. Now in this kind of migration, people migrate from small towns to large cities in search of more and better facilities. Now it leads to rapid growth of metro cities, and small towns lose their identity and are filled with migrants from rural areas. The fourth one is urban to rural migration. Now this kind of migration takes place only at an advanced stage of urbanization. Now, urbanization is the dramatic rise in the number of cities and the changes in lifestyle that result from the movement of people from rural areas to urban areas. It has certain push and pull factors. The push factors are over congestion, means it is overcrowded, high cost of living, unemployment, and pull factors are simple lifestyle, better environment, and less population pressure. With this, we come to an end of part A of the lesson migration. The remaining portion we'll complete it in the next video. So stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good day. Thank you.